Greetings viewers and welcome back to my channel where gaming and anime is my specialty. And today we're going to be talking about stand made in heaven. And I've already made videos on the stands that were revealed before Made in Heaven, Sea Moon and White Snake. Link in the description if you want to check them out. Spoilers for Stone Ocean Part 6 if you've not finished it. But yeah, for this video we're going to be analyzing how strong the stand is and basically just explaining its abilities. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so before we get to the abilities, let's talk about the stand's appearance. Now, this stand is a humanoid stand, but it's kind of weird. So basically, you have the top half of a human, and then the bottom front half of a horse, which is connected. Those two halves are connected by a cord in the back. And now the top half of the head has feathers on its shoulders. Has a dome head, kind of like the xenomorph alien from the Alien series. Has a speedometer in the forehead, probably meant to be its eye or whatever. Has green wraps around its domed head, probably to reference its previous state, Sea Moon. Then you have for the arms, there are speedometers on its shoulder, then on its elbow, and on the top of its hand for both arms. Then you have the bottom half of the which is the horse. The horse has a speedometer on its legs, and then a speedometer on its reins, and then the rein itself, the human half is grabbing, and then the horse has a speedometer on its forehead as well. Probably not meant to be its eyes, because the horse has actual eyes, but it just has a speedometer on there. So the speedometers are obviously meant to describe the stand's speed. But now let's talk about its abilities. So abilities. Now the stand, out of all the other three of these stands, Sea Moon and White Snake, Made in Heaven is probably the one with the most simple abilities. It's a close range, pretty powerful close range stand, and its main stand power though is time acceleration, which basically once Pookie activates this, time will accelerate and will continue to accelerate and get faster and faster and faster until the universe ends up resetting itself. Now, overall, by the end of Part 6, once the universe was on the brink of completely resetting, it was estimated at the stand was moving about like 10 zillion miles per hour, which is not a number that hasn't even been discovered yet. If that tells you anything about how fast the stand could do. But not only with the environment around them, like for example, someone who's in a cold environment would freeze up instantly. What else? For example, a glass. Some dude did, during the manga, some dude did a test on TV where basically he had a glass cup in his hand, and then he dropped it, but you didn't see it fall. All you saw was like 1 minute. You see him holding the glass, and you blink, and then boom, the glass is on the ground and shattered into pieces. But not only can the environments will be moving. Pookie himself can use this ability to himself. He can get extraordinary speed and reaction time, and he can easily outrun anything. Like it was stated by JoJo that he was moving at the speed of about a speeding bullet, I believe. But he's moving so fast that while he's moving fast, that's why people helps him with destructive power with his speed. For example, he basically was moving super fast, and he managed to slit JoJo's throat twice during the final battle. So then, but the time acceleration and universe resetting was like a key part. So Pookie, in a sense, kind of won in a way. He managed to reset the universe, but so kind of like he had his cake, but he couldn't eat it too. Basically, he made the universe reset, but he wasn't alive to witness, what he did. But yeah, that's all for the abilities of the stand. Now let's move on to how strong the stand is. The stand's strength. Strength. Let's talk about its stand stats. Since we're talking about strength. Its stats, it has B in destructive power, its speed, it literally just has the infinite loop as a speed, a C in range, an A in persistence, a C in precision, and development material A. All in all, pretty good stand stat, especially the speed, obviously. But strength-wise, I mean, think about it. This stand, how many stands could combat this ability? I mean, there's Bite the Dust, If Pookie gets caught in Fight the Dust, he'll end up being exploded. There's Golden Experience Requiem. Although in that battle, it'll most likely be a tie. But then let's talk about King Crimson. That's something that was in the back of my mind. I started thinking about. So Jotaro, his time stop. Jotaro was like, "Oh, my time stop is getting short. It's too short." So Pookie had his time stop, essentially, but his time stop sped up. So his time stop was 5 seconds. But basically it was 5 seconds, but it was really 5 seconds. It was not like 5 seconds, but really 5 minutes. No, it was actually 5 seconds. That's the way I can describe it. Because as you know, when Jotaro fought Dio, they were speaking for like whole minutes and stuff, saying there were seconds. But yeah, so he managed to invade the time stop subconsciously with his ability. So even though the time meant it was stopped, and the world and universe was frozen and stuff like that, the time stop was so short. So that begs the question: could he do the same thing to King Crimson? Would his 10 seconds, be actual 10 seconds, or would they be shorter? How would this ability affect King Crimson? Because King Crimson's ability is basically time stop, but whoever's caught within King Crimson is just still subconsciously doing their actions instead of being frozen. So I think that Pookie, since it can do time stop, Made in Heaven would have an effect on King Crimson's erased time space. But overall, how the strength of the stand. This stand, okay, let's look at it this way. This stand had the ability to move so fast. Not only was it moving at a number that wasn't even invented or discovered yet, it was moving so fast it managed to have the universe reset. Imploded itself, and it completely reset it, changing the very structure of the JoJo universe. But yeah, but that's all for today. That brings a wrap to our videos of Pookie stand. We talked about White Snake, Sea Moon, and now Made in Heaven. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, share, all that sweet jazz, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.